That's incredible.
None.
Wow. So I would have never, if you hadn't told me, I'd have never known.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. So,
Nothing.
so you went. So you said, I'm going to try it.
I said, Father, if you will give me another chance, if I haven't missed it,
If I hadn't missed the boat.
if you will give me another chance. So I went to Peru, and for 2 weeks, helped clean and run a medical clinic in a little village in the middle of the Andes for orphans.
No way.
And so when I came back from that, I was just lost. I just couldn't, like, coming back from that to normal life.
Mm-hmm.
That was the turning point for me. I could not go back to normal life. A friend introduced me to this ministry. Okay, so that was in June of 2013. Well, in April of 2013, a couple, God made connections like he does, and a couple moved here from Salisbury, Albemarle area, moved into the trailer park with the help of New Hope Baptist Church. And so they started living here and seeing what the needs were, and then they started homework helpers. So a friend introduced me to them.
Wow.
I met them that June, right after I got back from Peru.
So they weren't well off, but they wanted to help, and so they.
Oh no, she was studying to be a nurse practitioner, and he was a pastor, a youth pastor.
Yeah.
So they quit their job, sold their house, and moved here. So they sold out. If this was years ago, you would be interviewing them. Because they started this from nothing. The Lord started this through them.
Did they use this building?
Out of nothing, no. Yes, they did use this building. Yes. So anyway, at the end of June, a friend said, Shanda, there's a the trailer park out there. Because I grew up right down the road. Now, a missionary couple is doing a new ministry there. So Amber and I connected. And so for 2 years, I was support staff. So I helped with events. I was like the interpreter and the computer person. And they always said, eventually God's going to pull someone else here, and then someone will be discipled in this area, and then we'll move on to another area.
Wow.
Yes.
So their faith was really strong.
Yes.
How about that?
They were my mentors. I learned from them for that 2 years.
No kidding.
So, 2.5 years ago, I finally said, yes, Lord. Because he had been pulling me. Because I never fit in anywhere. Never. Felt like I had a place. But when I would look out over at this trailer with his children, I felt connected. I felt at home, and I didn't grow up like this. My parents had their own photography studio, so I lacked nothing. And Mom had 5 miscarriages before me, so I was the princess. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had me in a very protective, safe bubble.
Right.
I didn't know anything about this life except the pieces I dabbled in for those 7 years. I still didn't know this life. To me, dabbling in sin for the 7 years and deep sin was drinking and smoking pot and hanging out at the bar.
Yeah.
There's a lot more big.
Oh, it's big.
Yeah, it's really big.
Yeah.
So, but he trained me for that 2 years, and started jawing me. And during that time, let's say from 13 on, I still felt the call overseas. So I led a trip to Mexico, and I've been to 5 or 6 times to Honduras. I just got back from Bolivia.
How do you raise money to go?
But that's the challenge.
It is.
Because when at the time I'm a nurse, so I'm a nurse case manager.
Where?
With a workers' comp company out of Virginia.
Okay. So you work out of your house?
I work out of my house.
Oh, very good.
Yes.
Okay.
So I would work 60, 70 hours a week full time. So when I moved here 2.5 years ago for ministry full time here, then it was just impossible to do both. So I went part time at work so that I could pay my bills here and also demonstrate to the community that you need to work. You know?
Absolutely.
So
Were you married at the time?
No, because remember I went through that divorce in 2000.
Okay.
Okay, well, I was dating someone when I moved. And I met him at the church that established this ministry, and my friend Amber, the that was here, set me up with him. He was a super nice guy. But he didn't beg for this, you know what I'm saying? Like when he met me, I was just helping here. I was like living here.
He didn't sign up for the whole
He didn't sign up
for the whole program.
No, he didn't sign up for all this. So we lasted a year. And when I feel pulled from what God has me doing here or overseas, when I feel pulled by a person, then they're gone. I have to cut them out. Because he's given me this opportunity to serve him. I count it the biggest honor of my life besides my 3 boys.
Absolutely. Same.
So this is who I am. This is the blood going through my veins. So so anyway, so I moved out here. My 3 sons.
Where were you living before?
I had a 3-bedroom house out in Beaufort.
Okay.
I had a big yard. I had lots of room for my dog. He just ran free, and you know, it was just a wonderful neighborhood. My boys were born and brought home to that house. You know, I kept it after divorce. You know, and it was just our place. But then God is so funny about how He does stuff, because I started feeling like I just had too much clutter. I gotta get rid of this, I'm selling this, I'm selling this, I'm selling this, and eventually came down to the house. And we put it on the market on a Tuesday. And that's an interesting story, how he found me that day as well. And 2 days, he listed it on Thursday. By that next week, somebody had signed for it, and we had closing schedule. But at the time, I didn't know really if God wanted me to come here. And I was still working full time then. So I didn't know if God wanted me to come here or to Honduras, because I had fallen in love with an orphanage in Honduras during that time. I got Honduras, country sky, where do you want me, where do you want me, where do you want me? And it was getting down to the wire. The boys were stressing out. I had 2 in college and 1 in high school. They're like, Mom, okay, closing schedule, we have no idea where we're going to put our stuff. Like, we want you to follow the Lord, but we got to know something. They were getting on the edge. And it was getting down to the wire for me. I'm like, okay, God, if I have ever approached the throne of grace boldly, it was during that time. But Father, I will truly want to do exactly what you want me to do. But like, I need you to tell me something.
You gotta help me out here.
We got to communicate. You're not talking to me. I thought he's mad at me. He's got me on silent treatment. Nothing. And then my friend and I were praying. After we prayed, I checked my phone and said if I'd missed any messages. I had a missed call from Grant, Amber's husband here. And I looked at my friend and I said, I call him G. G's got somewhere for me to go. Grant had gone to pay his rent that day. And the landlord here, who didn't know anything about me or anything, said, Grant, I've got a place opening up. It's going to be nice. We've had to redo the whole thing, get it out. Do you have anybody who wants to come?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, Lord. So I called the boy. I came over to the countryside. I mean, they preferred it over Honduras of me leaving, but it was a 2-bedroom. They were leaving their home. Everything they need.
Yeah. Wow.
But they were supportive in spite of that. They verbalized their difficulties, but they knew that's what God wanted us to do them, that's what we would do.
How about that?
And the awesome thing from that point, now as of right now, the 2.5 years later, Evan got married a year ago. He's actually signing for his first house today.
Congratulations!
That's
awesome.
Yes, and they rented a year and a house they're renting. And my son Brandon, he goes to Charleston Southern. It is an incredible, just fighter for the Lord.
That's awesome.
Like, he hates sin. Like, he detests it. And he loves the Lord. And Evan does too.
It's hard to be in college then.
Oh, yes. And he does not care what anybody thinks either. Like, he is a leader. He is a leader.
Well, that's what I've tried to tell my girls.
Yes, he is.
And two of them get it. My youngest one is still in the process, but she's doing phenomenal now. I'm sure I didn't even tell you, but a year ago, April, she tried to take her own life.
Oh no.
Yeah, on spring break. So I left to go to work. So I sell for a living. I sell packaging, but I also have a pressure washing company. So that day I actually went out to pressure wash. God completely gave me car trouble, and I had to turn around and come back, and I found it. So I would have been gone like 3 hours had I not. So anyway, so she was 15 at the time, and but she's doing great now, and I'm trying to figure out. She's trying to figure out like what she wants to do for college.
So you and her started Soul to Soul together.
The middle one and I did. So the middle one and I just graduated from college. The youngest one actually has helped me more in the last year. I mean, she was the one that was here. Do you remember the first time we came?
Yeah.
Long blonde hair?
Mm-hmm.
That was right after it happened. That was like a couple months after it happened.
Oh my gosh.
And she was like, I don't want to go. I was like, where you going? And she came down. She's like, man, this is awesome. You know, and so the biggest thing with her is we've got her on her med. We've got meds that she stays even now. She's none of this stuff.
Yes.
And I don't know why, but stuff happens, and you got genes and family and all that stuff. But anyway, so I understand. Obstacles. I understand the difficulties.
Yeah, we have obstacles.
So, but the middle one and I, she's the one. She's going to Davidson.
Oh.
So Dad's gonna be poor like forever.
Well, my boy, my Christian, he played for US Union, but now he's playing baseball for Francis Marion.
No way.
So he's got 2 years left.
That's awesome.
But they're doing their own school.
Yeah.
And because I told them, if I pay, you will play.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they're doing great. Evan got his bachelor's. I mean, he got an associate in business at USL. Didn't owe a dime with the finished.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
yes. So now they're with me just in the summer, Brandon and Christian, while they're from school.
Yeah. Well.
And so here I am.
That's amazing.
Went part-time. Cut out the boyfriend. I actually have another boyfriend now that met at the Thanksgiving meal we have in November.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Now, when is that? Is that on Thanksgiving?
It's the Wednesday night before
Wednesday night.
Yes.
And where is that?
We have it at Brooklyn Springs Elementary School.
Okay.
And all the local churches. I mean, because the connection, you was asking about donations and support and stuff. We've applied for our 501c3, so wait for it to come in.
Awesome.
Yes. So, money in any ministry is always something that we pray that the Lord will help us with. So basically what the connection is a bridge between the local churches and this community.
Mm-hmm.
That God loves this community.
I'm gonna tell you something. We've been to a lot of places. This is my absolute number one favorite place to go. Because of you, but also because the kids are appreciative. And the kids jumped in there the other day, and they're like, "Yes, sir," and all. You don't find that everywhere, and very rarely do they say thank you. And these kids, I love these kids. So the thing is, so I've always wanted to help people, but it was just like little things here or there. And so I grew up Presbyterian, grew up Catholic, which is boring, and you don't really step out at all. And then when I met my wife, we've been married 28 years, but we met in school, and we were Presbyterian for those 28 years, or 26 years, whatever. But they don't challenge you. They don't say,
oh yeah,
they, you know, everything's like right down the middle because they don't want to make anybody mad.
yeah.
And for me, it was just like, so we left one time and went to Baptist church when my oldest was, she's 25 now, when she was in middle school because her buddies were there and she was getting a lot out of going to middle school. And then my father-in-law passed away unexpectedly in June of '07. So then we went back to church to be with my mother-in-law and to kind of be supportive of that.
Yeah.
So then when the thing happened with Micah, my youngest, there was some other stuff around it. And I said, we're going to go visit. So we're going to First Baptist Indian Trail because that's where I play basketball 2 days a week. And I played for like 10 years with those guys. So all the pastors, the youth pastor, the music pastor, all those guys play 6:30 on Tuesday, Thursday. And so, but they never pressured me into coming. They're like, hey, we'd love to have you, but you know, we understand you've got to be where you've got to be. So we went, and we were forever changed, all of us, because
That is wonderful.
because of the music they played, but also the day that we were there, he started talking about what's your passion. And see, I knew what mine was, but I wasn't courageous enough to do anything about it. Because Presbyterian people are like, kind of, you know,
proper.
love them. I mean, got a lot of friends, great people there.
Yeah.
But it's a matter of, are you as concerned with serving as you are the service?
Yeah.
And if you're not, then I've got to move on.
Yeah.
And so I'm getting ready to take over it's called Beyond Our Walls. So it's everything outside of, and it could be local, it could be Kenya, which they're getting ready to go, but I'm getting ready to take that over. My wife doesn't know it yet. She won't see this video either.
Yeah, I was just
So she won't see this either.
Yeah.
But basically, I told them the same thing, and I said I will go to a church that is committed to serving, and not just Kenya once a year, and not just kind of halfway lukewarm soul to soul, because I'm in your group. So anyway, so I found the